Miles Killebrew's season is over, and that news just changed everything in Pittsburgh. Within hours, the Steelers were linked to two explosive receivers who could change the offense overnight. One of them already knows the playbook, and fans can't believe who it is. Miles Killebrew, the captain, the enforcer, and the heartbeat of Pittsburgh's special teams, is done for the season. Surgery confirmed, recovery already underway, and just like that, the Steelers lost one of their most reliable leaders. This isn't just a player going down, it's the loss of structure, energy, and accountability in one of the tightest units in the league. Killebrew has been the tone setter on special teams since day one. He's the guy who sprints full speed downfield even in meaningless preseason snaps. The player teammates point to it when they talk about effort. Now, with him sidelined, the Steelers have to find both a replacement on the field and a new emotional leader off of it. But this team's story took an unexpected turn almost immediately. The front office didn't sit still. Reports out of New Orleans suggested the Steelers had opened talks for Saints wide receiver Rashid Shaheed, one of the fastest returners and deep threats in the NFL. And before that rumor could even settle, another name popped up: Tyler Lockett, veteran, all-pro, leader. Released from Seattle and already drawing interest from Pittsburgh, suddenly, the Steelers' offense, once built on patience and ground control, is staring at the possibility of a complete transformation. To understand the weight of this loss, you have to understand what Miles Killebrew represents. He isn't a star by stats or headlines, but every successful team has a player like him, the one who holds everyone accountable. He's the one barking instructions before the snap, calming nerves after a mistake, and lighting up the sideline when the team needs energy. Killebrew's leadership goes beyond the field. In the locker room, he's the guy who picks up the rookies after tough practices, who reminds veterans that standards matter. Mike Tomlin calls those players tone carriers, and that's exactly what Killebrew has been. His presence made Pittsburgh's special teams elite. Punt coverage, kick returns, field position, all areas where hidden yardage adds up. Those small wins often decided games. Now, the Steelers face the task of rebuilding that rhythm mid-season. Without him, expect Mike Tomlin to lean harder on younger leaders like Nick Herbig and Mark Robinson. They've got the fire, but they'll need to grow fast. Not long after Killebrew's injury news broke, whispers from inside the Saints organization began circulating that Pittsburgh was inquiring about Rashid Shaheed. Shaheed's name has been on the rise since he entered the league. He's not just a wide receiver, he's an offensive weapon. His speed stretches defenses, his vision turns short screens into 50-yard gains, and his return ability makes him a threat every time he touches the ball. With Killebrew's absence affecting special teams, Shaheed could fill that gap while upgrading the offense at the same time. He's averaging over 15 yards per catch in New Orleans, one of the highest marks in the league. He also ranks near the top in punt return yardage, and his ability to create separation deep downfield would give Pittsburgh exactly what they've been missing: explosiveness. Right now, the Steelers' offensive playbook lacks a consistent deep threat. George Pickens has shown flashes, but he can't stretch the field alone. Defenses know this. They crowd the line, stop the run, and dare Pittsburgh to beat them over the top. Shaheed changes that equation instantly. Safeties would have to back up, linebackers would hesitate, play action suddenly becomes deadly again. And the cost? Reports say a mid-round draft pick could get the deal done. For a team trying to win now, that's not just affordable, it's strategic. If Shaheed represents youth and speed, Tyler Lockett represents precision and wisdom. After nearly a decade in Seattle, the veteran receiver and former All-Pro found himself on the open market, and immediately, his name started circling around Pittsburgh's radar. This connection isn't random. Lockett knows the offensive structure that Arthur Smith runs, a system built on timing, rhythm, and smart route running. He's been part of similar offenses for years. He understands spacing, he thrives in broken plays, and most importantly, he's reliable. Every quarterback Lockett has worked with, from Russell Wilson to Geno Smith, trusts him because he's always in the right spot. For a young QB room like Pittsburgh's, that's invaluable. Imagine this: George Pickens drawing double coverage on the outside, and Lockett quietly carving up the middle for first downs. The Steelers' biggest problem this season has been third down efficiency. Lockett could fix that almost overnight. But beyond stats, he brings maturity. He's the kind of veteran presence that reshapes locker rooms. With Killebrew gone, Lockett could provide that leadership voice, someone who's been through playoff battles and understands what consistency looks like. The Steelers' offense this season has been methodical, sometimes too much so. It's built on controlled drives, safe throws, and physical runs. That identity works, but it limits explosiveness. Adding Rashid Shaheed would inject raw speed. He opens up the playbook for big plays, screens, and reverses. Defenses can't predict what's coming because his acceleration forces them to stay honest. It also makes life easier for the running backs. With defenses forced to spread, Najee Harris and Jalen Warren get more running lanes. Adding Tyler Lockett, meanwhile, gives Kenny Pickett or Justin Fields in rotational packages a trusted receiver who can read coverage on the fly. Lockett's ability to adjust mid-route could help the quarterbacks find rhythm under pressure. Either way, the offense becomes multi-dimensional. Suddenly, the Steelers aren't just grinding out 10-play drives. They can strike in 2 plays. They can dictate pace. For a team that's been criticized for predictable play calling, this would be a complete shift in tone. Mike Tomlin has seen this story before. A key leader goes down, the media doubts, and the team responds stronger. That's what defines his era in Pittsburgh. His mantra, next man up, isn't a cliche here. It's a system built on preparation. Every backup trains as if they're starting. Every special teams player knows their assignment. That's how Killebrew rose to leadership in the first place, by outworking everyone around him. Now, Tomlin will have to rebuild that mindset with someone new at the helm. But he's also a strategist. If he feels the offense can be improved immediately, he won't hesitate. Tomlin and GM Omar Khan have been aggressive lately, trading, adjusting, building depth. The Shaheed and Lockett rumors fit right into that pattern. These aren't rebuild moves, they're win-now moves. Players took the Killebrew news personally. Teammates like TJ Watt, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and Cam Hayward have all spoken about how much his leadership meant. There's frustration, but there's also motivation. The team's veterans have already stepped up to keep morale high. Practice energy hasn't dropped. If anything, it's increased. Players are rallying around the next man up mentality. And the rumors of a new receiver? Those have sparked excitement. Pickens, Austin, and Freiermuth have all been pushing for more dynamic playmaking. The idea of adding someone like Lockett or Shaheed gives them something to rally around. It's no secret that the Steelers' offense has lagged behind their elite defense this year. The locker room knows that, and there's a hunger to even the balance. Now it comes down to strategy. Do the Steelers go for the young, explosive weapon in Shaheed or the seasoned, dependable veteran in Lockett? Shaheed gives you speed and future upside. Lockett gives you experience and instant chemistry. Both solve problems, just in different ways. Cap space is tight but manageable. The Steelers can make either move work financially without sacrificing long-term flexibility. That's why this decision feels so pivotal. It's about defining the kind of offense Pittsburgh wants to be. Will they stay grounded in their traditional, defense-first identity, or will they take a calculated risk to open things up? The next few weeks could determine how far the Steelers go this season. If they add Shaheed, expect fireworks. Deep balls, trick plays, and return touchdowns could suddenly become weekly highlights. If they add Lockett, expect consistency, a smoother passing game, cleaner third downs, and more balanced drives. Either way, they'll be better positioned to handle the loss of Killebrew. His leadership will be missed, but his influence will still be felt in how this team responds. Pittsburgh has been here before, staring down adversity, doubted by outsiders, and finding a way to fight back. That's the Steelers' way. Losing Miles Killebrew hurts. It's a gut punch to the heart of the locker room. But this team has never been about one man. It's about the standard, and that standard remains the same. The rumors surrounding Rashid, Shaheed, and Tyler Lockett aren't just noise, they're signals. Signs that the Steelers aren't content to survive, they want to evolve. If the front office makes the right call, this could be the moment that defines their season, the kind of mid-season shift that turns a team from fighters into contenders. Because in Pittsburgh, when a captain falls, the story doesn't end, it begins again.
Finally get him involved too. 8 catches. Go ahead. Oh gosh. Oh, don't tackle me. Look at that.
Steelers offensive lineman Broderick Jones just crossed a line that has the entire NFL talking. What started as a routine celebration on Thursday Night Football turned into something far more significant, a moment that revealed the raw intensity brewing between two fierce players. The aftermath, a message so bold it's already sparking debate heading into Week 8.
Yeah, he was a little mad, but sorry, it's football, it gets intense. But it's still no love lost. It's just the energy that he brings and that I bring. He told me don't lose the fire, and I told him the same. So, we shall see on Sunday. After he throws another touchdown, I might tackle him again.
During the Steelers' attempted comeback against the Bengals on Thursday Night Football, Aaron Rodgers launched a 68-yard touchdown pass to tight end Pat Freiermuth. In the post-play celebration, offensive tackle Jones tackled the veteran quarterback from behind, leaving Rodgers visibly furious. Cameras caught him turning toward his teammate, mouthing the words, "Get the fuff off me." During Monday's media availability, Jones broke his silence regarding the Thursday Night Football tackle. Rather than expressing regret or apologizing for the contact, the Steelers' offensive lineman offered comments that reflected the competitive nature of professional football. The tone of his remarks suggested no remorse for the physical play that had occurred on the field. Jones told reporters during the Steelers' media session, "We're still joking about it. Yeah, he was a little mad, but sorry, it's football. It gets intense. Still, no love lost, it's just the energy that he brings and that I bring. He told me, 'Don't lose the fire,' and I told him the same. We shall see on Sunday after he throws another touchdown. I might tackle him again." These statements carry significant weight heading into the upcoming Week 8 matchup. Jones's comments indicate that the physical interaction between the two players extended beyond the game itself. Rodgers communicated with Jones following the tackle, and the exchange between them provides insight into how competitive players in the NFL address confrontational moments on the field. The phrase, "after he throws another touchdown, I might tackle him again," represents a direct acknowledgement that Jones intends to bring the same physical intensity to Week 8 when the Steelers face the Packers. This statement moves beyond typical post-game banter and signals a deliberate approach to the upcoming contest. Aaron Rodgers' injury history compounds the significance of this interaction. The quarterback's recovery from his 2022 ACL tear has been a focal point of his recent career narrative. At 41 years old, Rodgers continues to compete at a high level, but durability concerns follow him in every game. A player like Broderick Jones acknowledging plans to tackle him aggressively carries additional weight given these circumstances. The Steelers' offensive lineman's lack of remorse in his statement differs from typical player interactions following contentious moments. Jones did not frame his comments as regrettable or apologetic. Instead, he presented them as part of the game's competitive fabric. His assertion that Rodgers told him, "Don't lose the fire," suggests that both players view the physical interaction through the lens of competitive intensity rather than as something inappropriate. The context of professional football supports this perspective. Offensive linemen and defensive players engage in physical contact throughout every game. The job of an offensive lineman includes protecting his quarterback, while defensive players work to pressure opposing signal callers. Broderick Jones blocking or tackling Aaron Rodgers represents a normal occurrence within the game, even if the specific instance generated media attention. However, the additional commentary from Jones raises questions about the week ahead. His statement that he might tackle Rodgers after he throws another touchdown suggests planning and intent. This goes beyond reactive play and enters the territory of deliberate physical engagement during the upcoming game. Aaron Rodgers has spent 19 seasons in the National Football League, playing primarily for the Green Bay Packers before joining the Jets in 2023. His career achievements include winning Super Bowl 45 with Green Bay in the 2010 season, an NFL Most Valuable Player award in 2011, and 4 Pro Bowl selections.
The 41-year-old has faced countless defensive pressures throughout his career, but his recent years have been marked by repeated injuries.
In 2022, Rodgers suffered a torn ACL during the season's opening game, an injury that sidelined him for an extended period. Broderick Jones has emerged as a key member of the Steelers' offensive line. His role in protecting Pittsburgh's quarterbacks remains critical to the team's offensive schemes. The interaction between Jones and Rodgers, however, has created an unexpected narrative heading into their Week 8 rematch against the Green Bay Packers. The relationship between these two players prior to this incident remains relatively unknown to the general public. Thursday Night Football provided the first significant interaction between Broderick Jones and Aaron Rodgers on the field. The acknowledgement from both players that there was no animosity, that Rodgers even encouraged Jones to maintain his competitive fire, indicates they share mutual respect despite the physical nature of their encounter. Jones's media availability comments have already generated discussion within NFL circles. Some analysts view the statements as typical competitive talk from a player preparing for another matchup. Others interpret the remarks as unnecessarily provocative, particularly given Rodgers' age and injury history. The ambiguity surrounding Jones's intentions has become part of the storyline heading into Week 8. The Steelers organization has not issued any statement regarding Jones's comments or the tackle that precipitated them. This silence suggests the team views the interaction as within the bounds of acceptable NFL conduct. Had the organization deemed Jones's actions or statements problematic, a response would likely have followed. Aaron Rodgers has not made public comments addressing Jones's statements since Monday's Steelers media availability.